Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Veterans Memorial Stadium here at Lawrence High School for the kickoff of the home campaign for the Lawrence Lancers. I'm Brian Bates, along with Darwin Joseph, Trey Cruz, and Kevin Colon to bring you tonight's action. The Lancers are coming off a tough opening game loss to Central Catholic, where they lost 39-27. Once again, Darwin, this Lancer squad kind of learning a little bit too late, a second-half team once again.
Yeah, like most of the Lancer teams that we see here, a lot of these teams start off slow, very slow in the first half, but as soon as the second half kicks in, they get into high gear, and they start picking up points.
And that's something they're going to have to contend with tonight against Methuen. Trey, that second half thing, a lot of their points, 50 yards, or the two 50-yard touchdown passes in that second half alone.
Yeah, definitely passing is a big thing for their scoring. They got only passing touchdowns, 4 of which they got. But that's the issue for them against Methuen, because Methuen allowed 0 passing touchdowns in their last game against Malden. And Valerio threw 3 interceptions in the last game, as well as 4 touchdowns. So it could be pretty dangerous for them to be throwing the ball too much.
This Lancer squad is a young one, a lot of changeover both on offense and defense. A number of players are gone, some new ones coming in. Kevin, you were on the football squad last year. What are we looking at as far as Lancer leadership?
There's a lot of juniors stepping up to the plate to fill in for the seniors, and I think they have a chance.
Is there anyone to look out for on this new squad as far as a junior that's now a senior that could take over as a leader? A number of players obviously coming through. Okay, we'll see how these Lancers do this time around. The Lancers taking on Methuen. Kickoff next. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Lawrence High School's Veterans Memorial Stadium for the Lancers against the Methuen Rangers football game. This is the Lancers' technically first home game of the 2013 football season. As last week they took on Central Catholic, but it was a Central Catholic home game. Tough loss for the Lancers, losing 39-27. And as we said in the pregame, it was definitely a second half, if you will, game. Trey. Valerio throwing a number of touchdown passes.
Yeah.
We'll pause for a second here for the national anthem. Of course. All right, definitely a rowdy Lawrence Lancers football team looking for their first win of the season. As we were saying in the pregame, Nelson Valerio, the quarterback for the Lancers, went 14 for 23, 3 interceptions, but 3 for 4 touchdowns, Trey, both of those coming really in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, he had 2 exceptional touchdowns at the end. 2 50-yard passes, one to Louis Crispin for 51 yards, and one to Justin Rivera for 54 yards. Both of which resulted in touchdowns, obviously. One of them, however, only one of them got the 2-point conversion.
Crispin, only a sophomore, already responsible for 16 points, 2 TDs, and 2-point conversions.
If you look at it, and they really had a hard time stopping Central's DeAndre Drummond by air. Rushed last week for 11 times for 101 yards. And so tonight they're going to have their hands full, and they're going to look to stop Methuen's attack. Methuen quarterback George Williams, he threw 14 for 18, 2 passing TDs, and 205 yards. But it's their receiving core involving Spencer Billich, who caught 3 passes for 61 yards. Luckily for Methuen, they came away with a nice victory over Malden, a 4-point win. And that was thanks to a kickoff return for a TD by Rudy Severino. The Lancers, as we said, are coming into kind of a transition year, a very young team here. Nelson Valerio back as quarterback, and he has a couple new wide receivers he'll be looking for. Rivera and Lewis Chrisman as well.
Last week over Malden by the score of 24-20.
Lancers will start the game on defense as they get set to kick off. Number 57, Nathaniel Colomb, set to kick off, the junior, 5'9", 170. And the kick is a short one to the 30, taken by Methuen up to the 35, and that's where he'll be stopped and taken down. That's where the Rangers will begin their offense.
Gandy on the kickoff return for Methuen. He is tackled after a short game.
Methuen quarterback Austin George Williams, senior, 6 feet, 175.
Number 21, Eddie Cabrera, made the tackle. Methuen will go on offense. They'll have first down and 10, working from their own 34-yard line.
One thing we'll be talking about throughout this broadcast is the new playoff format. It is actually going to be favoring the Lancers as they like to make a playoff run, a shortened season followed by a longer playoff, if you will, opening the door for more MVC teams to, and Division I teams rather, to make the playoffs.
I think this Lancer squad has a very real possibility of making playoffs, and I think that they have the potential to especially grow over the next year. This year, and then next year I think Valerio will be a senior, so the maturity will be even greater for their leadership and their offensive core.
Austin George Williams with the long run and a first down. And out of bounds right about the 50-yard line. It looks like he'll be right at the 50-yard line, so a nice run by number 9, Austin George Williams for Methuen. Clock runs, 10:40 to go here in the first quarter. First down for Methuen. Williams in the shotgun with a lone step back. And the give is to number 21. William Weinhold. And he takes a nice run up beyond the 40-yard line.
The running game is looking exceptional right now, and I'm hoping Lawrence can really get their defensive line going and stopping these runs.
Well, one thing they're doing is they're taking it on the outside, which is really, giving the Lancers a hard time. So now Methuen going with 2 backs and 2 wide receivers. George Williams pitches it. Once again, a nice run up the middle straight by William Weinhold. 5'9", 175. He'll take it beyond the 30-yard line. And that'll be near.
Second down and 1 for Methuen at the Lawrence 30-yard line.
The other first down marker, but second and 1.
What I'm finding strange is Lawrence should be finding this a little predictable, this running game after a few plays. And yet, there you go. That's what I'm expecting, but prior to that, they hadn't had to stop on that.
Xavier Santiago on the tackle. Little fake handoff.
George Williams on the carry. He's hit at the line of scrimmage.
It always hurts when you say something and then they just go against what you just said.
So no gain on the play. Bring up a third down, and it looks like about 1. Lancers defense looking to put a big stop here on a third down and 1. once again, Methuen. Christian Montserrat in motion. And Williams will keep it himself for the first down and more up to the 24-yard line, maybe the 23. So first down for the Methuen Rangers.
25. Jeffrey Koss again on the tackle for Lawrence.
And a timeout on the field.
Lancers have called the timeout.
Thus far in the game, the Rangers' offense hasn't looked very dynamic. Not really any passing game, as obviously displayed so far. Not one pass attempt, it seems. And I don't know if they're very confident in their passing ability. And I'm wondering if that's why they're being so conservative in their passing.
To me, it seems like they know the Lancers defense. That's why they're doing so many running plays in order to get through, because they see that the Lancers can't stop that.
And that's what they kind of did against Malden as well. It was all about their running game. A couple touchdown passes by their quarterback, George Williams. So no score here in the first quarter. Methuen on their first offensive set of downs at the 23-yard line. And flag on the play.
Crowd hasn't really gotten into the game so far.
It's really offsides on the Lancers, encroachment. Lancers trying to argue that it was a false start. Not going to win that battle. Here's Austin George Williams in the shotgun. Once again, gonna keep it and run. He'll go forward and be brought down by a whole slew of Lancers. Short of the first down, short gain on the carry. About 3 or 4 yards down to the 21-yard line.
Before being stopped by a host of Lancer defenders led by number 78, Junior De La Cruz. Methuen will have second down and 2 at the Lawrence 21-yard line.
So second and 2 for the Lancers. For the Rangers, rather, Methuen. Right now, they're just running them all over the Lancers' defense. Unable to come up with an answer. A little shove match going on there in the middle.
Penalty against Methuen, illegal procedure motion prior to the snap.
So a false start by Methuen will bring it back 5 yards
Methuen will have second and 6.
to the 20-yard line.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may notice we've been having problems with our score clock. Of course, the official game time is kept by the officials on the field.
As you maybe heard that announcement, some problems with the game clock, so bear with us when it comes to the game time. Right now the clock reads 7:27. Official game time is going to be kept by the referees on the field. There's a fake pitch. Williams back to pass, a short dump, and it's going to be incomplete. Intended for Christian Montserrat, the senior, 5'8", 155.
Montserrat incomplete. Methuen will have third down and 6 at the Lancer 20.
And that's Methuen's first pass attempt in this series.
Now we see why they don't pass.
Good point, Darwin.
Two backs, looking for the option. He'll keep it though. Austin George Williams down at the 22-yard line.
George Williams on the carry. Stopped after a gain of about 2. Number 35, Tommy Tran, in on the tackle for Lawrence. Methuen will face fourth down
Tommy Tran with the tackle.
You know, it's felt until now like they've been slowly inching their way up the field, and all of a sudden they just got this huge stop when they hit the red zone.
Methuen will go for it.
So a fourth down and 5 from Methuen. They're going to go for it. It was a pretty smart play. You're not going to hit a field goal from here, and you're not going to punt it. So a change of the line of scrimmage. Austin George Williams with 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right. He's going to keep it. Back to pass. Looking for the end zone. Can't find anything. And it's going to be blocked after pressure from the Lancers.
Number 4, Jeffrey Cos with the sack.
The senior linebacker, 5'10", 195. So the Lancers a definite positive end to that defensive stance.
And it'll be Lawrence ball, 1st and 10.
As Coach Yamin very happy on the sideline.
And this is our first chance to see Nelson Valerio tonight. See if he can really get the passes going, despite the pass rush that Methuen seems to have a pretty good one.
So Valerio quarterback, 4 wide receivers. Here's Kenny Richards. He'll keep it. And up to the 24-yard line.
Kenny Richards on the first down carry for Lawrence. He
The
picks up
sophomore
5.
running back. As we said, this team is very young. And they have a sophomore running back in Kenny Richards. Close to 6 feet tall, 180 pounds.
Number 55, Sean Nickerson on the tackle for Methuen. Lawrence 2nd down and 5.
Wide receivers in right now. Number 16, Justin Rivera. Number 2, Rainier Almonte. And number 3, Christian Valentin. There's a pass to Valentin. Valentin will be hit and knocked down at the 25-yard line.
Nelson Valerio's pass complete to number 3, Christian Valentin. Stopped after a no gain. It'll be 3rd down for Lawrence. Pick up of a yard on the play. It'll be 3rd and 4.
So it'll be 3rd and 4 from the 25-yard line. So the offense really mixing it up already. Some running in, some passing involved. Four wide receivers, trip left. Valerio with Kenny Richards to his left. Back to pass once again. Gonna go up the middle, intended for Lewis Crispin, but it's gonna be incomplete. And that'll be, bring up a 4th down.
Gonna bring up a 4th down and 4 for the Lancers from
So
their
a
own
4th and 4.
25-yard line. Number 57, Nathaniel Colomay is back to punt for Lawrence.
So back to punts for Lawrence.
Number 5,
They
Christian
were
Montserrat.
3 and out. Almost blocked. Lucky to get that one away. It's gonna take a Lancer bounce too. And Lancers were down at right at about the 46-yard line of Methuen.
That was a quick run for the Lancers.
Montserrat's punt is
Okay,
back by Lawrence.
fruitless
Number
drive.
50 on
I gotta
Manning.
give him credit though for mixing it up. He had
Yeah.
a couple running plays and
more
two
diverse.
attempts at passing. Definitely, yeah.
More diverse than the Rangers did.
So Lancers back out on defense, see if they can stop the Methuen run game. That's the struggle right now, I think, with this squad. 4:38, the clock reads once again. As we mentioned earlier, there's been some issues with the stadium clock and scoreboard, so real time is being kept by the referees, but we'll hopefully give you a little bit of an idea where we're at by the scoreboard. No score. Lancers, the home opener, coming into this one at 0-1. Williams with the pitch. And once again, a nice run there by William Weinhold, number 21. And right now, they're just beating him on the outside. I mean, they're not pounding it down the middle. They're just taking it on the outside. Well, the near side and far side left.
Now with the ball at the Lawrence 42-yard line.
It feels like they've just really focused on getting into the side,
Yeah.
getting going with the wide runs, and then just blocking on the outside. And they don't really seem very confident in their ability to just take it down the middle and pound it into the defensive line. Probably because Lawrence does have a relatively large defensive line.
And once again, Flags on the play. Xavier Santiago looks like he's going to be called for an offsides, and he is. That's the second penalty beyond the Lancers. 2 penalties for 10 yards. So a 5-yard penalty. Bring up
Now with first and 5 at the Lancer 37.
first and 5 from the Lancer 37. Darwin, it seems like this defensive line for the Lancers is much bigger than previous years.
Yeah, in much previous years, the Lancers defense has been weaker, and I believe this year it's the strongest. From what I've heard from my classmates who are football players, they think their defense is the best it's been in a while.
You see Junior Dela Cruz out there, number 78, number 70 Darius Murkeski, both seniors. And Xavier Santiago, the senior defensive tackle rather, 6'3", 250. He's a big boy. There's a QB keeper. He'll dig it on the outside once again. Shocker on that one. He's going to take it far up the sideline, out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. That'll be short. Actually, that'll be first down for Methuen.
By Lawrence is number 20, Adrian Lopez. Ball spotted at the
So Austin George Williams racking up the yards for Methuen as their quarterback. No passing game at all. Nothing.
It doesn't even look like they're trying to. They aren't, because they're not passing it up. It's just been all runs, and I don't know why Lawrence. It didn't look like Lawrence had strengthened their wide running defense in any way. It just looked like they're unprepared for it, as if it was a surprise, which it definitely was not.
Andy Dela Cruz shifting over to the near side. He's on the end now. There's going to be a fumble in the back, and Methuen will fall down on it, and there's going to be a flag for a late hit. Unnecessary hit by Andy Dela Cruz, number 7, and he'll be flagged for it. So what would have brought about a second or third and about 30 yards will now be brought closer by 15 yards for the unsportsmanlike conduct. Late hit.
Just completely unnecessary. It was not smart. It was just stupid to do that. I mean,
just
he was on the ground. You just gotta touch him.
Just negated that entire fumble there.
An automatic first down for the Rangers, so it's first and 10. Methuen at the Lawrence 25.
So first and 10, Methuen.
That's what happens. They had a great opportunity to force Methuen to use their running game. Their passing game, which they don't look confident in. And now because of that bad hit, they're back where they were.
Once again, QB keeper, and they take him down.
George Williams on the carry.
Austin George Williams taken down by number 78, Junior Dela Cruz.
Defensive play by number 78, Junior Dela Cruz. 1-yard gain. It'll be second and 9 for Methuen.
So second and 9. Once again, Methuen marching down the field easy, but then once they get into that red zone area, they've been shut out. A nice calm night here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. The rain has gone away, and light breeze coming in. Ooh, mild night for the fall. Another high snap. Williams forced to jump and get it. Keeps it, though, and brought down near the first down marker. Just inside of it, it looks like, by the 14-yard line. 16-yard line, rather.
Andy Dela Cruz in on the tackle. Third down and 2 from Methuen.
It's basically just been all about Austin George Williams taking it by himself.
Yeah, it's been.
Doesn't really need a running back or wide receivers. Just the offensive line.
One-man game. But their offensive line is looking weak. I mean, they've just broken down every single time they've attempted to pass it.
Once again, George Williams keeps it, and he'll dive forward for the first down.
On the carry.
Not much guessing right now. It's pretty obvious what they're going to do.
But it seems to be effective despite the predictability.
At the Lawrence 13-yard line.
So it'll be a first down and 10 from the 13-yard line. And it looks like a timeout on the field.
Timeout on the field.
And the clock shows 1:40 here in the first quarter. No score.
Methuen fans, you can catch your
One can expect this to be a pretty low-scoring affair. I mean, it's been all running by Methuen, so I can't expect them to get up the field that effectively. And, you know, Lawrence just hasn't been able to get things going anyways. Lancers fans, remember, you can watch your favorite team, the Lancers, on Channel 41 on Verizon or Channel 99 on Comcast on Lawrence Public Schools Television. You can also watch it on YouTube at youtube.com, and our channel is Lawrence Public School, no S at the end. You can watch it on YouTube on your mobile device or your computer.
Congratulations go out to the Lancer field hockey team.
I know I'll be watching this on my mobile device a lot.
On Wednesday by the score
So that was the end of the first quarter. As we said, there's been some issues with the scoreboard here, so official time is being kept by the referees on the field. That was the end of the first quarter, and no score. So the Lancers only got the ball once in that quarter, and Methuen got it twice, and they're still with the ball. So it's all been about time of possession for Methuen.
Definitely hasn't been about points so far.
No, definitely not.
Time for the start of the second quarter. A scoreless game. But the Rangers are knocking on the door. First and 10, Methuen at the Lawrence 13.
There's a pitch to the left side, and it's going to be to the running back, number 21, William Weinhold.
On the carry, picks up 6.
Weinhold on the carry with picking up 6 yards, and clock continues to run. And
Xavier
first
Santiago
play of
made
the
the
second
tackle
quarter.
for Lawrence. Second down and 4 for
A little
Methuen.
something different by Methuen. There's a run on the outside again. This time the Lancers have the answer, and they stop. George Williams. So George Williams stopped this time, unable to get anything going offensively for Methuen. Methuen starting the year non-conference game against Malden. 4-point win over Malden. There's a timeout there by Methuen. That's Methuen's first time out. 9:46 to go here in the second quarter. No score. And the story right now has been all about Methuen's running game, completely controlled by their quarterback, Austin George Williams.
Oh, he's a quarterback? I thought he was
You'd think with all the running,
Yeah.
he'd be the running back.
I mean, he has no passing yards.
He has one pass
Oh, he has
attempt.
one?
He has
Yeah,
one pass attempt. It fell right at the feet of their wide receiver, but it's all been just basically.
Well, you'd be
George
rusty too
Williams.
if you
Yeah.
hadn't thrown the ball.
Maybe he's trying to prove something.
Could
Maybe
be.
he's trying to prove to his coach.
He's trying to prove running backs can throw too.
And they've kept the Lawrence defense on the field now for a long period of time.
Yes. Definitely time-consuming
Yeah.
drives they've had.
Slower, late arriving crowd rather here at the Veterans Memorial Stadium. But it's slowly beginning to pick up. Flag on the play.
Direct snap to Weinhold.
Weinhold, direct snap
He takes the ball
in
down close to the goal line.
close or
There's
not
a penalty
into the
flag
end
on
zone,
play.
but a flag on the play. Coming out of the timeout. So face mask on Lawrence, and the result is going to be a touchdown. So the Methuen Rangers are first to strike, and they take a 6-0 lead. here to start the second quarter.
The result of the play was a Methuen Ranger touchdown. Since the penalty was against Lawrence, Methuen declines the penalty. So William Whitehold's touchdown run has given Methuen the lead 6-0 with the conversion pending.
It looks like they'll go for a 2-point conversion.
It actually looks like they have a place kicker out there, so
never
they're going
mind.
to go for the extra point. No wind in his face. Wind at his back, actually, blowing in. Kick is up, and kick is good by a mile.
With the extra point kick is good. And with 9
So,
minutes and
after
40 seconds remaining in
a
the
quarter
first half,
and
the Methuen Rangers
a couple
have taken
minutes,
the lead over Lawrence,
the
7-0.
Methuen Rangers have a 7-0 lead over the Lawrence Lancers. Lancers will be coming out for only their second offensive series in this game so far. Darren, what have you noticed so far about this defense by the Lancers?
So far, they've been pretty tight, except for the last play. They've given up a lot of yards, but I think it's just little things that they can fix in the long run. So hopefully in the next quarters we can see the improvements.
Excellent.
The penalty against Lawrence on the
Cruz will-
touchdown play is enforced on the kickoff. So it's a 15-yard penalty.
Trey Cruz
So
will give
we'll
a
get
little
the
break.
kickoff from the Lawrence
And
45-yard line.
Joining us in the booth, former Lawrence football player Kevin Colon, joining the broadcast this year.
Yeah.
Kicking off from Methuen,
Set
number
it to have you,
33,
Kevin. You can
Vic
lead us some
Comerford.
insight into kind of what's going on the sidelines and on the field.
Well, the head coach, he's not too happy with the defense right now. They're making a lot of little mistakes, and it's costing them a lot of yards, even a touchdown.
Anything specific you're seeing defensively that Lancers need to do? I mean, other than stopping Methuen's quarterback?
Short kickoff.
I don't know.
Methuen,
It's more of like their
fielded by
running game
Lawrence,
that's really messing them
covered
up.
by number 4, Jeffrey Koss. It'll be Lancer ball, first and 10 Lawrence.
So the
That worked
Lancers
from their
unable
own
to return the
21-yard
ball,
line.
brought down at about the 21-yard line, and that's where the
37
Lancers
seconds
will
remaining in the
start
first half.
off their second possession of the game. 9:37 to go in the first half, and Methuen leads 7-0. So Valerio and his quarterback, Kenny Richards, is lone back, 4 wide receivers. So Lancers really spreading it out here. Snap to Valerio, Valerio to Richards, Richards up the middle, taking it up the gut to the 26-yard lines, maybe to the
Kenny
27.
Richards on the carry for Lawrence. Pick up a 5 on first
That'll bring
down.
up a 2nd down and 5.
Methuen's Nick Comerford in on the tackle.
Nice little run.
2nd down and 5 for Lawrence at their own 26.
Once again, Richards the lone back, 4 wide receivers. They give to fake to Richards. Valerio keep it on the far right sideline, up and out of bounds
Nelson Valerio
at
on
the
the quarterback keeper.
44-yard line, and that'll be a first down for the Lancers. Their first down
And
of
he's
the
the head
game.
for a Lancer first down.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know this, but Valerio
9 yards
used to
picked
be
up
a
on
running
the play.
back.
It'll be 1st and 10 Lawrence from their
So-
own
As you see how
40-yard
speed
line.
comes from. That
Yeah.
nice fake there, too, to Kenny Richards off the near side, and he took it on the far sideline down.
He fooled me.
Look for a pass here as Valerio's in the shotgun. Set up as a receiver. Here's the give, though. Rainier Almonte battles his way across the 45,
Number 2, Brian Cole
and
on the reverse.
that's where it'll be 2nd down. 8:48 to
Picks
go
up 5 yards.
in the first half.
Number 3, Kenny Sullivan in
About
on
a
the
5-yard
tackle
gain?
for
About a
Methuen.
5-yard game right across the
2nd down and
45.
5 for
He
Lawrence
gets
from
the
their own 45.
midfield for a first down.
Oh, that's good.
Lewis Crispin near side.
Maybe we'll
Richards
see a
now
pass.
looks like, yeah. Valerio keeps it. Nice move on the outside. Richards for the block. He'll take it up for the first down and out of bounds
On the carry.
at the
He picks up 11
44-yard
yards
line.
and another Lancer first
Nice
down.
play by the Lancers offense.
Christian Montserrat ran him out of bounds.
Richards set up as if he was going out for a pass, but actually acted as the lead blocker for Valerio.
Lancers starting to take a page out of the Rangers' book with all the running plays, especially from Valerio.
It's a story of two quarterbacks right now. Valerio. Back at about midfield, Kenny Richards next to him. There's the give to Richards. He'll plow forward and pick up
Kenny
about
Richards
4
on the
yards
carry
to
for
the
Lawrence.
40-yard line.
A gain of 4 yards. Number 40, Luis Sanchez made the tackle for Methuen. Second down and 6.
So second down. Second down and 6. One thing the Lancers has had the past couple of years are tall wide receivers. Looking at Lewis Crispin, 6'1", 170. There's the give, Richards again. And no gain, maybe a gain of 1.
Wow.
Luis Sanchez again on the tackle. He'll bring up third down and 5.
So 3rd and 5.
Looks like they're going for a pass.
Full wide receivers. Once again, Kenny Richards, number 44, the running back, the lone setback. And he'll go out for a pass, and it looks like it's going to be an illegal formation. See if they drew him off sides or not. Referee's discussing it right about the 41-yard line.
Offensively, I think they're picking up the pace.
Yeah, they are, definitely. In fact, Kenny Richards actually drew that off sides. Kenny Richards took off to the far side and drew Methuen off sides. And that'll give the Lancers 5 yards, and it looks like a first down as well. So with that penalty, it'll be a first down Lancers from the 34-yard line. So a nice offensive set here to eat up a lot of clock, too, down to 6:30 in the second quarter. Looking to get some points here on the board.
Oh, yeah.
Richards once again, lone back. Full wide receivers, trips near side with Raniero Monte, Crispin, and Christian Valentin. Here's the give to Richards. Good blockers, take it near side, sideline. Digs his head and lowers his shoulder for a gain of 5 yards.
Pickup of 5. Rudy Severino made the tackle, number 7.
Hey, it's always good when you can have a sophomore running back leading your way right now for offense.
Second down and 6 for Lawrence.
There's a lot of room for improvement.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, plenty of time left to get your tickets for tonight's 50-50 raffle. Representatives from Lawrence's Business Management and Finance School be going through the
Looks like
crowd
they're going for
selling
another
tickets.
pass.
Yep.
Just $2 gets you a ticket, or 3
Unless
for $5.
Valero decides to keep it. Even Kenny Richards is set up,
Tonight's 50-50 raffle to benefit
and
the
Valero
BMF
does keep
senior
it.
class.
Fumble on the
Fumble.
play. Loose ball. We'll see who has it.
They're really fighting for it.
Yeah. Big scrum there in the middle. And looks like Lawrence will keep the ball. Lucky there.
Lawrence recovers
Oh, yeah.
their own fumble.
That was a close one.
Yeah.
Third down and 6 now for the Lancers at the Methuen 30-yard line.
Clock continues to roll.
Hopefully they can keep their momentum and go for the
Yeah.
touchdown.
No mistakes here. Need some points to end the first half. Once again, Richards back as the running back. Valerio back to pass. Get a turn. Nice pass to Crispin. Crispin with the fake turn and a little screen pass up to the near the first down marker. Going to be short by about a yard and a half. That'll be down to about the 26-yard line.
Picks up 4 yards. It'll leave Lawrence with 4th down and 2.
4th and 2, and you're definitely in go for it territory. You're too far for a field goal, and you're not going to punt the ball.
And Lawrence calls a timeout.
And a smart timeout called by the Lancers right at the 4-minute mark of the second quarter. We're in the first half of the Lancers home opener.
This time
Lancers looking for their first win of the season as they're taking on the Methuen Rangers. Methuen coming in at 1-0. It went over Malden in a non-conference game. Lancers lost to Central Catholic in their first game of the season. A Central Catholic home opener for them, 39-27.
The sophomores from the class of 2016 are Alexis Colon.
So some big changes to how the MIAA does their playoff format this year. All MVC teams basically have 7 games scheduled, or games scheduled through the 7th week. Then after that, it's playoff time. And for those teams that don't make the playoffs, the season will continue with a to-be-announced schedule. So it opens up a lot more opportunities for teams to make it into the playoffs compared to just one from the MVC, and so on and so forth. So new playoff format. We'll see how a lot of the teams like it. Valerio back to pass. And a scramble. It's going to be sacked and taken down. Big sack there. And a loss of about 6 on the play. So Lancers unable to get any points on the board. Nice offensive set.
He brings down Nelson Valerio in the backfield.
But nothing to show for it.
On downs. It'll be Methuen ball, 1st and 10 from their own 35.
So Methuen will get the ball back with 3:53 to
Back
go.
to our Lancer football cheerleaders, our seniors from the class of 2014. Erica Gill, Lorani Guerrero, Joanny Rosario.
Maybe defense can get the ball back.
Shira, and Danira Perez.
Make some big plays.
I'll tell you, one big change that I've seen with Darwin this year is, remember a lot of games last year, it was just completely run by the flags. Flag after flag, mistake after mistake. Seems like a lot of discipline this year.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it does. Seems like the coach started to crack down.
There's a long run there. Number 21, William Weinhold, out of bounds at the Lancer 20-yard line. Looks like it'll come back a little bit before that to the 26-yard line, but a long run, and that's not what the Lancers defense wanted to do.
Coaches don't look very happy with that play.
Halfway on the field.
Lost a lot of yards.
And we talked in the pregame, both Kevin and Darwin, about Lancers being a second-half team. And it seems like it's setting up to be that right now, at least offensively. Almost picked off that time.
That's intended for Christian Munson.
Number 22, and Aris Burgos unable to hold on to it.
Lawrence's Manuel Juan on the coverage. 2nd down and 10 for the Rangers.
3:38 to go. 7-0 Methuen here in the first half.
Timeout Methuen.
Yeah, what I'm noticing about the team is it's no longer like last year where it was only strictly seniors for varsity. It's more like if you're good or like you put in enough effort, you can get the spot. So that's probably where the discipline comes from.
Has that been the biggest change there? That's how they're running it now?
Yeah.
It's good to hear. Does look a little smaller on the sidelines this year compared to past years.
I heard they're a lot more strict.
Hard work pays off. Teaching discipline. This time the run by number 18, Tim Picciolini.
Number 16, Mike Bagliari takes the direct snap for the Rangers and moves the ball ahead for a gain of 5. third down and 5 for Methuen. The ball spotted at the Lancer 21-yard line.
As we approach the 3-minute mark.
Fake.
There's the keeper, yeah. Take it down. No fooling the Lancer defense that time.
There we go. Nice sack.
Johan Ramirez, number 79, with the sack for Lawrence.
You think they're going to go for it?
4-yard loss on the play.
They're in that territory where a punt doesn't do you any really good and too far. Well, actually, their field goal kicker on that extra point could probably nail a field goal from this distance.
The Lawrence 24.
Yeah.
But it looks like they'll take it down to 2 minutes. And that's what they'll do. They'll take it down to the 2-minute marker, and then they'll decide, take a little time out, talk it over, figure out what to do at the 2-minute warning
That's a
of
2-minute
the
warning.
first half. Lancers found themselves down 7-0. Lancers defense looking for a huge stop here if they can. But it's been all Methuen so far offensively, and defense.
Definitely.
Methuen's able to do whatever they want on offense up until the time they get to the red zone, and then right from there, the Lawrence defense kind of kicks into gear.
Yeah, they kind of wake up because you don't want that coach mad. Let's see.
So it looks like they're going to go for it.
Yeah.
They'll have 3 wide receivers. Austin George Williams back in at quarterback, along with number 21, William Weinhold. Christian Montserrat in motion. Back to pass. Short pass. That's going to get the first down and more. Down about the 10-yard line.
Oh.
William
He is
Weinhold
ahead for a Ranger
with the
first
reception.
down.
Huge gain from Methuen.
14-yard gain on the
First
play.
and goal.
Methuen will have first and goal at the Lancer 10-yard line.
Clock continues to roll near the 1:30 mark.
The Lancers coach is kind of getting anxious.
Halfway on the field.
Another run.
Lancers stuff them right at the line of
Weinhold
scrimmage.
on the carry. He stopped
Weinhold
at the line of
unable to
scrimmage.
get really anything on that
Lancer
one.
defense led by Xavier Santiago. A loss on the play. It'll be second and goal for Methuen at the 13.
Defense is hoping for
Yeah.
a huge stop right here. Because they can't.
One thing you got to watch out, though, is that the defense been on the field the entire first half.
Oh,
They got to get tired by now. And that's something you got to have to watch out for in the second half. There's the keep. Weinhold going to be taken down
Weinhold on
Kept
the
inside.
carry, gain of 3.
at about the
Lawrence, number
5-yard
23,
line.
Victor Martinez in on the tackle.
oh, they're cutting it close.
And a timeout call
Third
by
down
Methuen
for
with
Methuen.
41 seconds left in the first half. They're looking for some points.
Ball spotted at the Lancer 5-yard line.
It's their
The Rangers call timeout.
second timeout. It'll be a third down and goal for Methuen. So a big third down. Obviously 4-down territory you're in. Lancers looking for another big stop.
Yeah, for Methuen, it looks like it's all or nothing.
Yeah. Lancers looking to avoid starting the season at 0-2, especially with some tough opponents headed up the way. A lot of home games this year, though. Haverhill, Tewksbury. You know, a lot of coaches in the MVC unhappy with the new playoff format, getting kind of rid of the Thanksgiving rivalries. Some teams playing their Thanksgiving rival before Thanksgiving and then again on Thanksgiving.
3rd and goal for Methuen at the Lancer 5.
So 41 seconds left here in the first half. Methuen up by 7, but they are in charge offensively and only 5 yards away or so of putting some more points on the scoreboard. Back to pass, wide open in the back of the end zone. Incomplete though. Austin George Williams with a perfect pass in the back of the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete. Lancer defense fortunate enough for that mistake.
Looks like they're going for a field goal.
Methuen pass is incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down for the Rangers.
So 4th down and 6, and that's what looks like they're going to do is go for a field goal. Yep.
Yeah.
Going to line it up. Number 19, Evan LaCroix, one of the captains. Down, snap up, kick is good. No, with that leg, he can nail a 40-yarder.
Field goal is good.
Got a good leg. Methuen takes the lead 10-0.
10-0.
Touchdown and a field goal here in the first half with 30 seconds to go.
Lawrence should wake up in the next half.
And that's typically been the theme for the Lancers.
That's usually what they do.
You got to do something to give this defense a break.
Oh yeah, they're doing a great job, but offense needs to pick it up.
So with 30 seconds left on the clock, Methuen will kick the ball away. Lancers will look to take it into the locker room at halftime, discuss kind of what's been going right, what's been going wrong. A lot of positives here in the first half. I'd say defensively, Methuen time of possession, basically controlling the clock from the start, and the defense able to stop a number of times and hold them just to 10 points. Pretty amazing feat by the defense. But offensively, they got to do something to wake up. Squib kick. Taken by Daryl Munoz, and we'll run about 6 seconds off the clock.
Fields a kickoff for Lawrence.
Freshman on special teams.
To the 35-yard line. Lancer ball, 1st and 10 from their own 35. About 24 seconds remaining in the first half.
Wow, freshman, really?
Yeah. Yep, Daryl Munoz, freshman. Defensive back, 5'11", 170, and on special teams, that's how young this squad is. As you said earlier, letting the guys who work hard get their playing time.
The penalty flag on the kickoff. We're going to do it again.
I guess I spoke too early about those penalties.
Oh, yeah.
Penalty goes against Methuen. It's a 5-yard penalty, so instead of kicking off from the 40, they'll kick off from the 35.
So decent crowd on hand, both on the Methuen side of the field and Lawrence side. Late arriving, but nice crowd on hand.
Yeah.
There's another squib kick. As number 51, Willie Flyer, sophomore, falls on top of it. Almost lost it, though.
Number 51, Willie Filer, falls on the kickoff for Lawrence. So, the Lancers will have the ball 1st and 10.
22 seconds left.
47.
1st and 10 for the Lancers from just
over 20 seconds
before midfield at the 48-yard line. And they're going to not run the clock off, run a play.
I think they're just going to try to get a score, like, on the board.
Edison Urena in the game now at running back. Incomplete pass intended for Lewis Crispin, sophomore wide receiver.
Pass intended for number 14, Lewis Crispin, incomplete. Second down at 10.
Well, they have their idea,
Yeah.
with the passing. Just the completion.
And they're giving Kenny Richards a little break to end the first half. And Edison Urena, the senior running back, in there at number 6. Once again, going for Crispin. Gonna go deeper. Nice fake and catch. Out of bounds. Incomplete.
Valerio's pass
Number 3 was wide open.
Yeah.
Incomplete.
Christian
That was
Valentin,
Rudy Severino on the coverage.
number 3, wide open on the far side.
Third down, Lawrence.
One thing Valerio did, though, he never took his eyes off Crispin. Basically telling the defense where you're going.
Oh, yeah. And that's a huge mistake when it comes to, like, defense that could read.
Yep.
Christian Valentin hurt his ankle once or twice in the past seasons.
Timeout Methuen. It's the longest 40 seconds. Down to 8 seconds here in the first half.
Call a timeout.
Methuen still leading 10-0.
Looks like the Lawrence coaches are going to have a lot to talk about when they get in the locker room during halftime.
Yeah, if you were one of those coaches, I mean, you've been in that locker room. What is something the Lawrence coaches would say in this type of situation?
Well, for the linemen, they would just talk about the mistakes they made and what they can do to improve on the mistakes. And for, like, running backs,
Figure out what to do to get some points on the board.
oh, yeah, definitely. Defensively, I think we're doing pretty good.
Yeah. I definitely think so. One thing, as I said earlier, you got to watch out for in the second half, as the first half comes to a close, is making sure that this defense isn't so tired that second half they just can't do anything, and Methuen once again controls the clock. Darwin, final thoughts, first quarter, first half.
The Lancers did well, but they did a lot of mistakes as well. Like, I've seen so many mistakes, especially from the QB, that he had a lot of chances to score, but just didn't take advantage.
All right, we'll see what the Lancers can do. Second half team last year and so far this year as well. We'll see if they can come through in the second half here. At halftime, it is Methuen 10, Lawrence nothing. We'll be back. Second half action coming at you.
I have 5 easy tips on how you can be a part of our education.
Walk us to school. Join the PTA, and you can be informed on what is going on in my school. Trey, your father's here. How nice. I would love for my parents to come to my classroom.
Ask the teacher how you can volunteer. Maybe you can help the teacher correct papers.
Come read a book with my classroom. Come and have breakfast with me in school.
Sure, I could tell you about school, but I'd rather show you. Please come visit me at school. Being a parent doesn't end when I leave the house. Please come visit me at school. El papel de ser padre no se termina cuando yo salgo a la escuela. Por favor, visítame en la escuela. ¿Se recuerda lo mucho que nos divertíamos en la escuela? Ahora lo vamos a hacer juntos. Por favor, visítame a la escuela. I'll tiempo para ir a visitarme en la escuela. Do you remember how much fun it was to be in school? Let's do it together. Please come visit me at school.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to second half action. Brian Bates, Trey Cruz, Kevin Colon to bring you third quarter action. The Lancers on the kicking receiving side here to start the second half, down 10-0. And then Cabrera on the return for about 5 yards, and that's when the Lancers will start the second half. First half, all basically Methuen just running all over the Lawrence defense. Lawrence able to put a couple drives together, but falling short a number of times, looking to now get something going offensively. Valerio in his quarterback.
Yeah, they're starting to look more confident and more determined.
And then we know from first half talking a lot that the Lancers have typically been a second half team, so we'll see what they can do here. They were able to put a number of points on the board last week against Central Catholic, just coming up short, 39-27. And that's not how you want to start the second half like that. Christian Valentin on the reverse loss for about 7 yards.
One thing you mentioned just like a minute ago, you mentioned how they're a second half team, and what we really noticed last year was not only are they a second half of the game team, that was like a second half of the season team, because they started out, they were losing every game. It was just horrendous at first. But they really pulled themselves together at the end and started winning a few games, and I think that even if no matter what the game ends here, I think that they know how to learn from a loss, and they're not one of those teams that that would get demoralized. And they're really a good team to benefit from whatever happens in the game.
And flag on the play. It's going to be intentional grounding, it looks like.
Corralled in the backfield.
Intentional grounding on Lawrence.
Penalty flag.
So Valerio
Intentional grounding against Lawrence.
threw the ball away as he was being taken down.
Looks like the offensive line is letting a lot of people just breeze by them. It's not looking that well for Lawrence.
So that moves him all the way back now to the 12-yard line.
And this is where we hope that history doesn't repeat itself, because intentional grounding at the end zone is a safety. So they really need to get something together on this, get something going on this play, because this is just not a good way to start a drive.
It's 3rd and 23. Nice pass up the middle. Caught by Valentin. Valentin up to the 40 and a first down. Nice grab there. Christian Valentin. Little engine that could at 5'5", 135.
Oh my God, I can't believe you just said that.
9:51 to go here in the third quarter. Christian Valentin, big reception there.
Looks like we're starting to wake up.
Yeah.
Definitely a great reception though. Very important, very crucial I think in this play. It could be, if they score on this drive, that would be one of those plays that goes down as one of the most important in the game, because it almost turned the tide for what's going on right now.
Let's see if that can happen. Valerio in the shotgun. Kenny Richards back in at running back. You have Valentin, as well as Rainier Almonte near side, and a timeout.
Looks like it's on Lawrence.
Yep. Lawrence timeout. Early timeout, third quarter, 9:25.
Prohibits smoking at all public events, including at Veterans Memorial Stadium. We ask for your cooperation in following this law. No smoking, please.
For those of you who can contact any Lawrence High School football team member, then it would be great for you to get a Go card, only $10, and it's redeemable at many fast food restaurants and other such establishments like Town Fair Tire, things like that. And it's redeemable for a whole year. It's not one of those things that you just give it once and it's gone.
Good way to support the football team.
Every day, $10, and it's just a good investment, and it's always going to a good cause. The football team buy new equipment and better the organization.
Valerio that time looking for Almonte. Rainier Almonte dropped it, and incomplete pass.
Second half fumble.
Yeah.
We definitely need to start getting some points on that scoreboard.
So 2nd down. Justin Rivera near side along with Renier Almonte. Pass to the far side though. Crispin, nice Duke. And taken down though at the 47-yard line.
Tackle made by Methuen senior captain Luis Perez, number 13. Gain 6 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Lancers.
So a 3rd and 4 for the Lancers at the 48-yard line. Pass to Crispin. There's Rivera this time, and gonna be dropped way short.
Pass complete to number 16, Justin Rivera. Rivera stopped after a short game.
They should go for it though. It's too close to call.
When you're at midfield, I mean, I can see your explanation for that, but the way that Methuen's been running the ball.
That'll bring on the punting team.
It's like,
yeah,
it's only like a 3-yard for like a 1st down. So,
but here's the thing: if you put it in the hands of Methuen, you're at the 50-yard line, which means they have half the distance to go. And usually that's a big thing, but it's not quite as big a thing. But when you're a running team, that's extremely huge because
almost blocked again that time. High kick, sky high. It's like, get out of the way.
Colome's punt takes a Lancer back.
I think they made the right decision to punt that.
Downed by Lawrence's Christian Valentin.
So Christian Valentin downs it after a high, short punt.
Ranger ball, 1st and 10, Methuen.
Defense is back on the field. Hopefully defense can hold them there and just let offense get right back on that field. And
7:44 to go in the 3rd quarter. Lancers still find themselves in the hole, 10-0. And a flag.
On who?
Waiting for the call.
On Lawrence.
Penalty against Lawrence.
12 looks like 12 man on the field.
What was
So
that
extra
penalty
man,
on?
Yeah. On Lawrence, it was a 12 man on the field. So an extra man. 7:44 to go. There's the run again. This time Lawrence able to stop it. Weinhold on the carry.
2 or perhaps 3 yards.
Seems like defense is getting tired.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about at the end of the 1st half. Got to be careful of. I mean, the defense is out there basically for the entire 1st half, except for about 4 or 5 minutes.
So something about this Methuen team surprises me. If you look at their roster, they're not really a big team. They're a pretty small team. And then they're running it, and you'd think they'd have some, I don't mean to like pull some huge person, but like some Barry Sanders sized person. You think they'd have someone because they're running so much, they have some big guy. But it looks like they don't really have anyone like that. It's all quick, agile
Small
play.
and quick.
Yeah.
Christian Montserrat that time for Methuen, number 5. And talk about size. I mean, he's only 5'8", 155.
There you go.
But able to run right through the hole, find the hole. And, you know, you got to give credit to the Methuen offensive line for making those holes available.
Oh, yeah, they're doing really well on making those holes.
They really improved because earlier they weren't looking very, because they were letting them get to the quarterback like nothing. The defense was pretty ugly. But now they really look like they're holding up a lot better.
Quick snap.
There's the keep again. And George Williams
Should
goes
we
forward for about 2 yards.
Should we act surprised?
No, not at all.
Usually quarterback keeping something, you're like, oh, kept it. Now it's just
It's
like,
either
oh,
it's either George Williams or Weinhold
35, Tommy
for the
Frost
run.
made the tackle for Lawrence. Second down and 6 for Methuen from their own 49-yard line. Just over 6 minutes remaining here in the third quarter.
But the offensive line is just bullying the defense. It's just, it's not that good.
Oh, there's a pass there. Nice screen
Ooh.
pass.
Ooh.
Taken down. Crimson on Montserrat.
Upended after a short gain. Adrian Lopez in on the defense for Lawrence. That'll bring a third down and a long 2 for the Rangers. The ball spotted now in
So a 3rd and 2 from the 47-yard line.
So, what's really dangerous about this team to me is you watch them play and you realize they're getting the first downs. They're getting the first downs is all the ones that they need. But what's happening is they're taking so many plays to get it. They go to 3rd down almost every single time, and almost every set of downs. And what happens is they eat up the clock. They're eating up the clock, and they're up 2 scores. So they're.
Well, they had about 15 minutes of time possession in the first half. And there you go right there. You see it, 3rd down, got a first down right there. They extend the clock. And by running the ball, you're also getting the clock going. Doesn't stop.
Take note. They don't go out of bounds that often.
Nope.
They always stay in bounds.
Tommy trying to get in on the tackle for Lawrence.
Keeping the clock going.
Well, they're ahead. They're doing like the smart strategy of just like eating that clock and like keeping them in behind. And it's just Lawrence can't really fight against it. Hopefully the defense can like stop them here or do some type of huge play.
Clock continues to run. 4:35 to go. Wilhelm once again on the carry, taken down at about the 38-yard line.
No, I don't mean to bring in some like old story that no one wants to hear again or some like over-quoted aphorism, but the tour to this, the slow and steady wins the race. I don't remember, but the slow and steady wins the race, and it's looking like they're winning the race, and they're going slow and steady because Lawrence looks like they're rushing a lot of plays.
Pretty soon they're gonna have to rush a lot of plays if they're gonna want to get some points.
That's gonna be a necessity, not just something they do.
Especially the way Methuen's playing.
Yeah.
Just
hey, they passed it. It's Evan LaCroix, one of the captains from Methuen with a reception, and he's up close to a first down at the 33-yard line.
I didn't even know they had wide receivers.
Yep, first down.
Lopez in on the tackle.
So moving the chains again, letting the clock wind down.
Ball spotted at the 32-yard line.
I mean, already they got the ball at about 7:50 in the third quarter. Now it's, in 4 minutes.
And the time just keeps ticking away, and all they're doing is just.
I don't know. That's kind of a cocky play because if Lawrence is able to score, that's when they really need to start like worrying about us.
If they score on this drive, though, they've put themselves in excellent position because that would put them ahead by 3 scores. If they, it depends how you look at it. Because if Lawrence can get 2 touchdowns with 2-point conversions, which, judging from last game, they're kind of notoriously bad at doing because they got 2-point conversions, and they attempted on most of their things. They got 1. I think 3 of their touchdowns had 2-point conversions attempted, which shows that they're not really a great team with the extra point in general, because regardless of it, they're not a great kicking team. We've seen that before.
Yeah, it's always been our real weakness when it comes to like
special teams.
2 points.
Special teams isn't really our strong suit.
Nah.
And
defense is usually our what we rely on, but looks like this game they have to rely more on offense.
3:17 to go in the third quarter. William Weinhold once again on the carry.
Weinhold on the carry. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Xavier Santiago made the first hit. Second down and 9.
Clock continues to run. So excellent job of time management by Methuen, and it's going to put the Lancers backs against the wall offensively. Fumble on the play. Methuen
And
says they have it. Lawrence says they have it.
I love the flag being thrown into it and people were just like on top of it.
And
George Williams brought down in the backfield.
looks like
by
Methuen
Lawrence.
keeps the ball.
Calling a sack.
Big loss, though.
That fumble could be
Number
Yeah,
76,
pretty
Eric
crucial
Pena
to this
was
whole
there for the Lancer
second
defense.
half.
Ball now down at the
Loss of 5 on the
37-yard
play.
line.
Third down and 15.
So 3rd and 15. And this is a huge play for the Lawrence defense if they're going to want to stay in this.
Can we take note how long they've been
Yeah.
on this set of downs? It's been 2 minutes that they've been on one set of downs. If they just keep going with this, they're gonna. There's
Yeah.
no way if they can hold on to. If they get the ball one more time, I think
Yeah, they
Lancers have to do something.
back to pass fake, going to go deep on the sideline as a man out of bounds, though, and incomplete. So it'll be
George
4th
Williams'
down.
Pass is complete, but out of bounds.
And you know the way the Methuen defense has been playing on the offensive side right now, I'd say go for it.
Rangers with a 4th down and 15.
So 4th down and 15, why not?
you think they're gonna go for it?
I think they will, yeah.
I could see that.
36-yard line.
Tell you the truth, I think they're gonna go for it too. Methuen's, they're acting kind of
The
cocky.
Rangers will line up and go for it.
I don't think they're cocky. I think they're just acting smart. I think they're wasting. They're wasting. You know when you have you ever been in this experience where you've been mad because someone like, oh, come over here and can you do something, and they just waste your time, and you're like, oh, I'm okay, I'll go, and you don't do anything. You're just sitting there.
And to think that the Methuen quarterback couldn't do anything more, Austin George Williams just punted the ball down all the way down to the 4-yard line. So he runs the ball. He had a couple good reception passes on that drive, and now he punts the ball all the way down to the 4-yard line. So
And
that's
this-
where the Lancers will take over.
This is the part where Methuen's excellent pass rush comes in. Because do you really think Lawrence is going to get down all the way there without passing?
They're gonna have to. They had a couple of good
And
passes there to start the half, so we'll see if they can continue on.
Valerio last game threw out a few interceptions, 3 to be exact, and this is a team that does not allow passing touchdowns.
There's Richard. Nice run out to the 14-yard line.
They don't need to run.
2nd and 1.
9 yards.
Clock continues to go.
I think they should focus more on pass plays and just get them yards.
No, because they're down. This is a 2-possession game right now.
Yeah.
They can't afford to run right now. They don't, because if they run it and they get a touchdown, it'll already be the 4th quarter, and that means Methuen's going to get the ball in the 4th quarter. And that means Methuen's not gonna pass it if they have the ball in the 4th quarter. They're just gonna just run.
There's Richards again, tripped up, does get the first down, but that took him a good 25 seconds to call that play, and sense of urgency right now is just not there, as we're at the 43-second mark left in the 3rd quarter. Lancers still down 10-0.
It's nice and chilly outside. Good time for a hot beverage or something like that, I could imagine.
Clock continues to wind down. Lancers go. Here's Valerio keeping it, and we'll get about a gain of 3 or 4 on the play at most.
And we find ourselves slowly approaching the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
This is where legends are made.
And that's where it will take us to the 4th quarter.
On the tackle for Methuen.
At the end of 3,
Lawrence at their own 23.
Lancers still down by 10 points to Methuen, 10-0. It's been a tale of time management by Methuen, just dominating the clock.
Defensively, we're definitely holding our own now in this
That's
quarter.
definitely the case. You can see,
Yeah,
you can see it.
I totally agree with you, Kevin. I think that the Lancers defensively have done a great job. I mean, I think at the end of the day, you're going to look at the stat sheet and you're going to say, wow, Methuen really dominated the clock, but wait a second, they only have 10 points? You know what I mean? Usually a team that dominates the clock has, much more than just 10 points to show for it.
It looks like, but with the way Methuen has done it, they haven't dominated the clock as in they got a lot of drives. They dominated the clock as in they got a drive, and then that drive lasted all week.
Exactly.
Which is what's so silent but deadly in this
Exactly.
game because you don't really realize it, but suddenly, wait a minute, they just took out, I don't even know how much of the game by now. They pretty much controlled that whole quarter. That whole quarter was almost all them.
That really was theirs.
It was. And they didn't even have to score.
Totally.
We open the floor.
They just have to keep the
Yeah.
Lancers at pretty much bay.
Yeah,
Away-
just keep them at bay and
Valerio knocked down, and it'll be incomplete.
Valerio's pass incomplete. Batted down at the line. That'll bring up third down and 6 for Lawrence from their own 23.
Valerio back to pass. Caught Christian Valentin once again. He's going to go down the left sideline. Still in bounds, out of bounds finally at about the 40-yard line. They're going to call him out of bounds at the 44. And that's the type of play that the Lancers needed.
Put up some points on the board. Hopefully they can make another good play like that.
A 33-yard pass play. Moves the ball into Ranger territory and gives the Lancers first and 10 at the Methuen 44-yard line.
Is Kenny Richards, bounces off one tackle and going to be brought down for no gain.
Kenny Richards on the carry.
So Kenny
Brought down
Richards,
for no gain by Rudy
no
Severino
gain on
and
that
Louis
carry, but a
Sanchez.
huge offensive play there by the Lancers to get the ball all the way down to the 44-yard line.
Hopefully they can
Methuen.
keep it moving.
That's going to be the key, keeping it moving and keeping them going.
well,
Keep the possession going.
they definitely need to just stay in motion because if they don't stay moving, then they're gonna become a Methuen.
Yeah.
And they're the player that they're the team that can't be Methuen because they're down. And if they were up, then it'd be like, oh, okay, do whatever. But
It's Valerio. He's going to be
It's not
taken
bad.
down. Oh, missed one tackle. Flag on the play, though, and he'll get about a gain of 3. But a flag in the far zone up by the 30.
Valerio trying his hardest not to go down.
Yeah.
Gain of 3. There is a penalty flag on the play.
So we'll see what the call is. It's going to be holding on Methuen. And that'll advance. That'll be enough for a first down.
just content with the crowd over the clock not being stopped.
So, as we said before, the
course,
real
that's-
time is being run by the
yeah.
refs, not
Yeah.
the
Which makes
clock
it
right
very
there.
inconvenient for us because we can't tell what time it is.
We're going on average time.
Yeah. Oh, well, we think it's 9:30, but you know.
It's about
just
9:30.
First and 10, Lawrence.
Give or take give or take a minute.
So this has been the longest time of possession for the Lawrence offense and the most promising we've seen it yet. Valerio to give to Derek Richards, and he takes it up to the 20.
Kenny Richards on
Gain
the
of
carry.
8 on the
Rips
play.
off a 7-yard gain.
They definitely need to make a touchdown in this possession.
Methuen's number
Yeah, they
13,
definitely need the points here.
Perez on the tackle. Ball spotted at the 21-yard line, and that's another Lancer first down.
So unfortunately right now, I think for the Lancers, the clock is going to be their worst enemy.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially considering they don't know what time it is. That's actually a serious thing for them because they don't know exactly what time it is without asking a ref then. They are at a disadvantage.
High snap, once again to Richards. Richards wrapped up at the 20,
push it
maybe a
back.
gain of 1.
Kenny Richards on the carry. He's hit at the line of scrimmage.
So no gain.
Stopped for no gain, maybe a yard. Number 56, the senior captain Mike Golio, made the stop for Methuen. 1 yard gain at second down and 9.
Second down.
Coaches are starting to look anxious.
Valerio back to pass, scrambling now to the left. And it's going to be
interception.
Oh my God.
And it's going to be intercepted by number 13, Luis Perez, Methuen captain. And that is not what you wanted to see.
And that just put Methuen in the driver's seat, which is scary because they've been in that position the whole game. And if they can milk the clock right here.
Yeah. Oh, you saw the play break down, too. As soon as Valerio was forced out of the pocket, he scrambled. As soon as he was about to get hit, boom, threw the ball.
It's just, I've seen that play way too many times this game. Like, it looks like every single time they go for a pass, a team, they're always running off to the side. They can't, the offensive line isn't strong enough to keep a open pocket for them to just pass out of.
Yeah, they're definitely not giving the quarterback enough time.
Yeah.
Very true.
Rangers from their own 11.
Another run play.
Like usual.
William Weinhold on the carry.
Gain of 8 yards?
Gain of 7 on first down.
7.
Good call.
Second down and 3.
You can see on the sidelines, they're starting to like slowly lose hope in the game.
Yeah, right after that interception that was thrown, you saw a number of players kind of toss their helmets to the ground. Can't give up yet, though. Gotta fight to the end.
Definitely.
Anything can happen.
Hopefully we can maybe get an interception.
They'd have to throw the ball for that to happen.
And we're talking about the youngsters on this team on the field right now. Number 11, again, Daryl Munoz, a freshman. You have a couple freshmen on this varsity squad that have dressed.
Definitely, they're putting in work.
A large contingency of sophomores and juniors.
Another run play. Flag on the play.
Flag thrown in the backfield at about the 37-yard line. Clock was stopped.
Sometimes I feel like the refs are throwing the flags at people. They don't throw them for them, they just throw them like right at them.
No, you have to throw it directly.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The way it looked though, sometimes he just throws it, it looks like it hit him.
So holding call on Methuen, that'll back the ball up.
And Methuen's not really that bothered by it, I'm sure. I mean, they don't really care right now.
Definitely, they still have the ball and it's first down. They really don't have much to worry about.
They just want to get this play. They just want to get this next play down without a penalty,
They're just trying to eat
and then eat more
time.
clock.
Be first and 20.
They eat clock like it's breakfast.
But I'm tuned. Funny.
But some people don't eat breakfast, so.
Oh man.
Clock starts to wind down under here in the 7-minute mark.
And the Lancers
Good play.
quickly stop Methuen on that running play.
Hit at the line of scrimmage and
Once
stopped
again,
by
Weinhold stopped at the line. Defense once again making a good stop.
Second down.
There is plenty of time. There is plenty of time. I mean, if they can get a stop here and then get a quick score. Defense has come up big.
Look at, they just, do you see the time right now? I didn't even.
Chase back, dumped off. Nice
Whoa,
pass,
my
nice
God.
Gets
move.
right through.
William Weinhold, nice move.
Oh my God.
And taken down at the 40.
This
play
is,
by Methuen.
this is how they eat clock. They get yards, they get a penalty which stops the clock, then they get those yards back from the penalty, and then they're still in their side of the field. So they're not even close to being to the end of this run, assuming there's no like interception or something.
Yeah, but I don't even think Methuen's trying to even score. It's just
They aren't, but I mean that in the fact that they have so many yards, they can just keep going with this. Like once you hit the 20-yard line, it's hard to eat clock now because you're right next to the end zone. And it's hard to do anything without scoring.
Yeah,
or just trying to turn it over.
Here's George Williams keeping it off the left side. And he's taken down.
The quarterback keeper.
And an injury on the field.
3.
And a lot of pain.
Lawrence's Andy Dela Cruz, number 7, made the tackle.
And it looked like Xavier Rosado, number 9, on the field. As you see coming off the field there, number 9, Xavier Rosado. And he is not putting any weight on that right leg. It looked like they was holding his knee. He was in a lot of pain. And he's going to be taken to the bench.
4th down and 3.
Can't put any weight on it. And we'll hopefully get a report about what's wrong with him. A lot of pain. And if that's a major knee injury, depending on what it is, that could be a season-ending injury.
Definitely. Hopefully it won't set back the defense from...
Timeout Methuen.
Oh, timeout.
They'll get some ice on it immediately.
So the time is 5:30, give or take 2 hours.
5:30, give or take 15 seconds.
Maybe.
Possibly more. You don't know how many times.
4 minutes.
You don't know how many times. For instance, the game could already be over. We wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
It's going to strike us by surprise. Oh,
Looks like
game's over.
number 9's not coming in.
Oh my God, what a play. Oh, the game ended just before it.
I'm sure the coaches have an idea.
And looks like a punt.
Yep. Almost blocked, though. Number 90, Xavier Santiago.
And it goes out of bounds.
Austin George Williams with the quick kick punt.
So the Lancers will get another try at it with 5:23 to go. Lancers still down by 10. They are in need of some points.
Definitely. They need to score at least 2 to win. And defense need to hold Methuen back. It's going to be a very close game if we score in this possession.
So Derek Richards back in at running back. Nelson Valerio, 4 wide receivers. And he's back to pass. High pass, but it's caught by Justin Rivera at the 32-yard line.
Valerio's pass complete to Justin Rivera, number 16. Gain of 5 yards on first down. It'll be 2nd down and 5 for Lawrence from their own 31.
And the clock slowly ticks away to 5 minutes, give or take however much. I don't even know. Approximately 5 minutes, I'll just say.
Back to pass again. Once again, Justin Rivera caught first down at the 40-yard line.
That's good for a Lancer first down.
Short passes are good, but you gotta keep it moving really fast.
Gonna have to go deep sooner or later.
Of course.
4:48. Keeping it on the sideline, though, is a smart move.
Offense definitely needs to make a quick, great play soon and, like, make serious yards.
There's the dump. Christian Valentin right up the middle. Breaks 1 tackle, 2, fights forward and push forward beyond midfield down to the 47-yard line.
Valerio's pass complete to Christian Valentin, number 3.
Methuen comes up with the ball, but the Russ will call him down.
That's good for a Lancer first down. Moving the ball into Methuen territory.
And the Lancers got a hurry up offense.
47. And
Clock
Lawrence has
continues
gone
to
no
tick. Valerio back to pass. Scrambling near side. He's going to have to get out of bounds. No gain.
Valerio on the quarterback keeper. He goes out of bounds at the
Smart move right there.
46.
Valerio knew he had to get out of bounds.
Stop the time.
The offensive line is really struggling trying to hold Methuen's defense throughout this whole game.
The offensive line really needs to like
Get themselves together.
And they need to go deep too here. I mean,
they just
the
need to
short
step up.
passes, yeah. The short passes aren't going to do that much. Especially with the clock the way it is.
What they need to do is they all hold hands so no one can go between.
Valerio
No.
in the shotgun, back to pass. Going deep is Richards, right at the middle, wide open, caught, and down at the 22-yard line. Richards coming out of the backfield, right down the middle.
A 25-yard pickup and another Lancer first down.
A touchdown here can make it very interesting.
First and 10, Lawrence at the Methuen 21-yard
You've seen Richards run it this entire game.
Yeah, but what I'm worried about is when Methuen gets the ball back. You know, they're just gonna eat it.
Here's Valerio. Pass again. Can't find anything. Scrambles out of bounds. No gain,
Stop
maybe
Valerio
a
takes it
yard.
out of bounds at the 21. Second down, Lawrence.
They really get a lot better at crunch time.
Yeah, that's what we're known for.
Yeah.
That's just what we do.
Clock is
Sadly, that-
sitting at 4:01. Unofficial time.
Yeah.
Lancers all on the sidelines, hoping for a score. Valerio back to pass again. Gonna scramble off to the right. Pass out of bounds, a little high. Intended for Justin Rivera.
Valerio's pass intended for Rivera, incomplete. That'll bring up third down and 9 for the Lawrence.
So a big third down coming up here for the Lancers. 3rd and 9. All you need is a first down here. No reason to get fancy.
Definitely. The touchdown is very well needed, especially if we turn over the ball now, the game's practically over.
Well, that's definitely the case. I mean, they can't afford to turn over the ball at this point. They have to score.
Crowd getting into it a little bit.
Crowd trying to.
Here's the
hype
pass,
up.
can't find anything. Valerio now is having to scramble, and he'll throw it out of bounds. This is 4-down territory, so they'll go for it here.
The Lancer receiver just can't seem to get open and get past this Rangers defense.
The Rangers defense coming up big.
I'm going to be honest, he got lucky. That was close to being an intentional grounding.
Well, Methuen knows what Lawrence is going to be attempting.
Yeah.
For. Like, maybe they should just do a small little run up the middle and really confuse the other team.
Well, they need 9 yards, 4th and 9. 3:48 to go in the game. And it looks like a timeout's going to be called by Methuen. So timeout Methuen, 10-0. Methuen on top. Lancers are threatening, hoping to get some points on the board and create a little comeback if they can. Completely different story offensively this week against Central Catholic. They scored 27 points rather. 27 points in a losing effort. This week, right now, a goose egg. And just looking on the sideline earlier, Xavier Rosado, the junior linebacker, was injured. He's now on the sideline on the bench with his knee wrapped, so it looks like it's a right knee injury, and he could be gone for quite some time.
Lawrence going for it.
Lancers will go for it. Lewis Crispin and Christian Valentin near side. Far side is Rainier Almonte. And Justin
I'd watch
Revere.
out for Crispin right here.
Caught. First down.
Not going down.
Pass complete to number 14, Lewis.
Just what the Lancers needed.
Trying to go for those extra yards, just couldn't do it.
Lawrence
So
converts
Crispin.
on 4th down.
Crispin with the first down.
It's first and goal for Lawrence at the Methuen 6-yard line.
I can predict the
Stop the
future.
time.
Yeah, what a great job getting out of bounds on that too.
He fought to not just get
Yeah.
to not
Smart.
avoid taking down,
That's
being
a-
taken down,
that's-
but to actually get out. I actually didn't realize what was going on until after. I was like, oh, he was trying to get out of bounds.
First down from the 6-yard line.
Nice, easy run. Hopefully we can get it.
Pass,
Pass to
end zone. Richards,
And it's
touchdown.
caught.
Derek. Justin Valerio. The pass to Lewis Crispin. Crispin coming up huge with 3:40 left. The Lancers strike, and now it's 10-6.
Conversion pending.
I guess better late than never for that touchdown.
Yeah, exactly. Eddie Cabrera in for the extra point kick. It's going to be held by Christian Valentin. And it's good.
Eddie Cabrera's extra point kick is good.
So 10-7
And your score
with
3
3:39 to go.
in the 4th quarter.
10-7, Methuen on top.
Leads by a field goal, 10-7.
And that wakes up the Lancer crowd and the Lancer football team.
Definitely, definitely. Now defense just needs a really good play. Get that ball away from Methuen and give the offense another shot.
Well, I think, I'm no coach. Not going to say I am one. But what I will say is this. Seeing how Methuen has run all over Lawrence all day. Not a lot of points to show for it, but time of possession, you definitely see it. I think you're going to have to look for that onside kick by the Lancers. In traditional football, this may be a little bit too early for it, but 3:39 to go.
The way Methuen runs the ball, it might as well
Yeah.
be like 5 seconds in the game.
Yeah.
I think they really need to. Just crucial.
So we'll see what they do when they come out here.
If we can get the ball back and get into field goal range, hopefully we can tie it maybe. And
Methuen is kind of lining up, expecting an onside kick. We'll see what they do. Onside kick needs to go 10 yards.
well, the squid kick is kind of expected.
And a low lining kick and out of bounds.
Lawrence kickoff goes out of bounds down at the 15-yard line.
And that's where Methuen will take over.
10 from their own 15.
The Lancers have waken up and are ready to play some football.
So it looks like coach is going to rely on the defense to create a 3 and out. They also have some timeouts to help them.
Oh, yeah.
3:39.
The defensive coach for Lawrence is already going crazy, and the Rangers haven't even gotten on the field.
So Methuen comes out looking to close it out, and Lancers are going to try to create a dramatic comeback if they can.
But the Lawrence sidelines are just alive.
Here's the run, the give.
Yeah.
Taken down.
Sack.
Nice takedown there by Xavier Santiago. William Weinhold taken down. Pick up a 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 for the Rangers.
Still eating up that time.
If they can keep him right there in that area and just shut him down in the backfield, they could have a very real chance of getting the win in this game.
Defense can keep them there, or better yet, get a fumble or interception. Be a football miracle.
Here's the keeper.
It's a Christmas miracle.
And out of bounds.
Just jumped on him there.
Yeah. George Williams keeps it.
Lawrence's number 11, Daryl Munoz, the freshman, made the tackle.
And a timeout by Lawrence.
George Williams.
So it's going to be on a huge third down and 6, it looks like. So a third down and 6. Lawrence timeout. Big defensive stop here.
Coach is looking at their players to be more aggressive. Just try to dominate the Rangers side.
If you're a Lancer football coach, you have to be quite impressed by the defensive showing by the Lancer defense today.
And if you're not a Lancer football coach, you should be.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be. They really kept him in this thing the entire time.
Yeah, defense for us is like our strong suit, definitely.
They're really lucky that Methuen does not know how to score, apparently, because with the amount of opportunities they had, if they converted, this game could be a very different story.
2:47 to go. Third down and 6. Lancer is looking for a huge stop here. They stop him. They force the punt. George Williams back to pass. Scrambling to his right. Gonna be caught and out of bounds. Incomplete pass. 4th down, and Methuen will be forced to punt.
Off to George Williams' pass intended for Christian Montserrat was caught out of bounds, so it is an incomplete pass. So that will bring up 4th down and 6.
Defense keeping this team alive.
Yeah, it took a while for that referee to make that call, too. He was like sitting there waiting and then finally made the call. So it'll be a 4th down.
And
are they going for it?
They're going.
Yeah, they are.
And the scoreboard has been turned off.
The scoreboard goes out.
Because the game's over and we didn't know it.
And a high, long kick, and it's going to take a Lawrence bounce and then a Methuen bounce down to the 40-yard line. And that's where the Lancers will make their one last stride to the end zone.
Downed by Brian Cole at the 40-yard line.
So now, this is where it gets intense, because you don't even know what's going on right now.
You don't even know the time. It's just like
now they're going to turn off the lights.
Play glow-in-the-dark ball.
The official time is kept by the referees on the field.
Play Nerf has that, I think, but should they sell those?
We are at 2 minutes, 26 seconds remaining in the game, and it's 1st and 10 Lawrence from their own 40-yard line, trailing 10-7.
So 2:26 to go is the official time.
Can like really make a miracle and like get into the end zone and win the game.
Here's Valerio, back to pass, caught. Crispin, left sideline, down and out of bounds at the 45. Crispin with a 15-yard gain. So that stops the clock.
The ball in Methuen territory at the Ranger 45-yard line. 1st and 10 Lawrence.
This game seems to be so close. Hopefully Lawrence can do it.
Valerio, back to pass again. This side, the right side. Rivera, gonna be stuffed and caught.
Valerio's pass complete to Justin Rivera, number 16. Stopped for no gain. Christian Montserrat in on the tackle.
And that's gonna force the Lancers.
At the Ranger 44-yard line, it's 2nd down and 9.
2nd down and 9.
It would be really nice for new time.
There are 2 minutes
2 minutes.
remaining in the game.
So that was the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left in the game.
This is when the adrenaline really starts pumping and just everyone gets really intense and physical.
Derek Rich is in the backfield. Valerio back to throw. Has nothing. Scrambles to his right. And looks like it's going to be incomplete. Intended for number 16, Justin Rivera.
I think we all know what the go-to guy right now is, considering what we've been seeing.
Well, 3rd down.
Crispin is...
They've had Crispin, Rivera, and I'll tell you, Christian Valentin's come up huge, too. He's kind of been the Wes Welker of this team here today.
Don't bring up his name anymore. I don't want to hear that name.
Old wounds, old wounds. So Valerio directing some traffic and back to pass. Now he's scrambling off to the right, and he throws it out of bounds.
I don't know, the way that whole thing looked, it didn't look like anyone stuck to their routes.
Well,
You could see Crispin stop.
What they were looking for, this is what I saw at least, was Derek Richards went right up the middle, and he was just triple teamed by Methuen, and that's who they would have been looking for a couple times.
What I thought was weird, I was looking at Crispin, because Crispin's one of those guys, like, he knows how to make a play. And I see him, and he runs up to about 30, and he just kind of stops, and all of a sudden he just turns in the way, but he did it in a way that you could tell, like, it wasn't meant for him to run into the middle. And I was like, I mean, regardless, I don't think Valerio was going to hit him over there. But still, it was a little confused at one point. It was like,
Lawrence definitely showing some type of spirit. And, like,
this is definitely prime time.
So timeout on the field by the Lancers. They are down 10-7.
So, Darwin, how do you feel about all this that's been going on?
That is a great question. My response to that question is that the Lancers have made a great comeback here, and they've hyped up their whole team. So right now, I think the Lancers have a chance at this game if they can score one more time.
So 4th and 9. This will be all or nothing. Need 9 yards. Here's Valerio back, stays in the pocket, and it's going to be incomplete. Had a man wide open, had Rivera wide open, but just underthrown. Underthrown.
It'd be very useful if we knew the time.
So they're going to need the defense to come up with another stop. 1:39 to go.
I would expect the time to be some amongst the things that the PA announcer would say when the scoreboard's out.
Oh, yeah.
One would think that.
I don't know, but the defense for Lawrence, they really need to, like, do some type of miracle now because offense couldn't step up.
Yep. High snap. Methuen will just run the ball, try to control the clock.
Oh, yeah.
William Weinhold on the carry for Methuen. Stopped at the line of scrimmage by Eric Pena, number 76, along with Xavier Santiago.
I don't think Methuen's worried right now anymore.
Lawrence calls a timeout.
So the timeout called by Lawrence. So if all stays as is, Methuen will move to 1-1. That'll be their first win in the MVC. And the Lancers will go to 0-2. Tough start to their MVC schedule.
Definitely.
They'll move on to play Tewksbury and Haverhill. Our next broadcast will most likely be against Haverhill on Friday, September 27th.
2nd down and 10 for Methuen.
That's right here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Here's a 2nd down and 11. Once again, QB sneak going to be stopped. They'll run the clock some more. Got to bring out the 3rd down.
Stopped by the middle of that Lancer defense. Led by number 40, Manuel Blanc.
And
No gain on the play.
the crowd
3rd down
starting
and 9.
to see a few parties leave, and
I'm guessing they think the game's over.
especially considering they can't see the time, they probably think it's actually over.
And they're just letting the clock wind down a little bit.
The demoralized looking sideline for the Lancers right now.
Timeout.
Methuen has called a timeout.
And so Methuen calls a timeout there. Guys, looking forward after we see this game. We obviously talked a lot tonight about the defense and the pressure that they really stepped up to the task at hand. What does Lawrence really need to do to improve? Let's start with Darwin.
Well, from what I've seen is that they really need to close those pockets on defense with those running plays. Those running plays get them a lot, and that's what allowed the Rangers to score in this game.
Well, I think it's obvious. I think that the offensive line needs to give Valerio time in the pocket because he has no time. He's scrambling the second he has a passing play. He can't get it to guys like Crispin or Rivera if he's running the whole time.
Good point.
Yeah, I have to agree with Troy and say that offense definitely needs to step up its game.
Definitely the offense. Saw some good sparks there, but nothing really came to fruition.
Good vocab words.
No, fruition. And now Methuen looks to close it out.
Another observation that I made is the QB needs to keep his eye open on more than one player at it.
Yes, that is extremely true. He'll be watching. Okay, he's like, let's hit the route. So he'll be like, ooh, I'm gonna hit Crispin on this play, or I'm gonna hit Rivera, or I'm gonna hit I don't know, someone.
Yep.
And then he'll be very close-minded, and he'll be like, oh, this guy's not open. What do? I run.
Number 33, Jacob Toledo.
What do? I run. And that's really dangerous because that means a lot of guys are just, because you can see a lot of guys got pretty open in some of those plays, and he just neglected to throw the ball to them.
Are they punting?
Yep. Oh, it's a fourth down. How much time is left? As we said, we've been having a lot of issues with the clock.
Game.
So that's the game.
And the final seconds have ticked off, and our ball game is over.
So the ball game is over. Methuen comes away with the win, 10-7. And the Lancers off to a tough start. A young team, a lot of sophomores, a lot of juniors, seniors, even a freshman on the varsity squad. They're going to look to try to get on the scoreboard more often next game and try to get their first win. They'll take on Cambridge next. For everyone here, final score, Methuen 10, Lawrence 7. That'll do it for us. We'll see you next time when the Lancers take on Haverhill High School.